Hello everybody, this is me, MC Gamer, and you are now tuned on into a special science video. I'm going to be doing some science here today, because there's a controversy that I see a lot of times inside my video comments. People stating that the fastest way to eat is not using melons, but using cows. And I'm going to try to disprove that today, because I've always been a huge advocate of only eating melons. And so we're going to do some science for that, and we'll get started with that in just a moment here. Alright, so let me explain how this test is going to work. So what people don't seem to account for is there's two different times that we have to account for. There is not only the eating time, in which case we're going to find that eating beef will probably be faster, but there's also the retrieval time. Farming cows takes a while. You have to use wheat, you have to cook them, and all sorts of other things that makes it usually a slower process than melons. So that's what we're going to test today. We're going to time both the get time and the eat time for both methods. So let's start off with the melon retrieval. So if you're like me, I have my melon farm hooked up to a system just like this, where it activates all these pistons at once using a flick of the lever, and I just run by and grab all my melons. So the time will start directly when I hit the lever. So 3, 2, 1, go. And there we go, 3.38 seconds. That's how long it took me to get a stack of 53 melons, which is enough not only to fill up your inventory, so technically this could, or fill up your hunger bar, but this could be enough to go on a small caving adventure even. So that's our first time. So let's go over to the cows now. All right, so the problem with cows is that they need to be cooked. And the fastest way of doing so is just lighting them on fire to kill them. So we're going to start the timer. Let me just reset it real quick. And we're going to see how long it takes. So 3, 2, 1. Just light some cows on fire. Hopefully get some cooked beef. Have them walk through it. Okay. There's a little bit of beef. There's a little bit of beef. Need a little bit more. And I'll call it. So that's 9 steaks. Whether or not that's the equal or not to 53 melons is irrelevant, because right now we're just trying to see what the most efficient way of eating is. So that should be enough. So 14.64 seconds is the get time, which is a lot longer than it takes to just quickly grab some melons. And in fact, that's a lot messier, because now we have fire. Well, we had fire in here. But yeah, you understand what I'm going with this. Alright, so now we are down to one little bit remaining. I'm going to quickly set the time to day to prevent from enemies from hurting us. So we're going to do the test now. We're going to see how long it takes to get up to full eating steak. In 3, 2, 1, go. .28 seconds. So that's pretty quick. Now we need to do the same thing with melons. So let me lower down my hunger again. Okay, so let's time it. Ready? And go. And there we go. 15.07 seconds. Now, let's go do some math and summarize this up. Alright, so here's the math. With the melons, it took us 3.38 seconds to get the items, and then about 15.07 seconds to actually eat them and restore our bar from only 1 hunger remaining all the way back up to full. That's a total, by the way, of 18.45 seconds. When it comes to beef, it took us 14.64 seconds to retrieve the beef, and then 5.28 seconds to actually eat the beef. So that totals up to 19.92, which technically would make melons better and faster. However, there's also an additional fact that goes with the hunger bar called the saturation level. When you eat a food, it'll basically have a level where you won't lose hunger. Like if I was to go here and mash, I'm going to probably start losing hunger fairly quicker because I ate melons recently than because I ate steak recently. Basically, there's 1.2 saturation for every melon eaten and 12.8 for every beef eaten. So basically right now, that would put beef ahead a little bit, if not for the fact that I ate so many melons and that it was overall a little bit faster. That's because what we're testing here is not the saturation level per se, but basically if you were to come home from a long caving trip, I'm back from my caving trip, which would be faster? Would you go for the melon farm or would you go for the beef farm? You would go for the melon farm because it is technically 1.47 seconds faster. Now, my readings aren't entirely accurate. There is chances you could kill those cows faster. For example, you could use a flame sword. So overall, they're almost equal. Myself, I'm going to keep using melons inside my normal gameplay just because it's not that big of a loss. Like, it's not like I'm losing major amounts of time or anything. Yes, I have to take longer to eat the food, but to retrieve the food and get it, it takes a lot less. Like, I can just go and grab melons and run. While when it comes to, if I want to do cows, I'd have to come over here, I'd have to cook them, and after they're cooked, I'd have to come and get the wheat and breed them. It's a lot more steps when it comes to cows rather than melons, where I can just let it sit over here. I've just been having it sit here while I've been doing some math, and it'll grow melons. Of course, it's not working right now because, actually, I don't know why. Intriguing. Anyway, that's not part of the test. That is all for my little science. I hope you enjoyed. And in conclusion, use whatever method makes you feel happy. I like melons. They're tasty. But beef is also a good alternative option. So, that's all, and I'll see you guys next time.